What are the benefits for companies that invest in becoming net zero?
The primary benefit is the fact that your products and services can be promoted and advertised as being net zero. And that means that you have offset your carbon emissions with carbon credits that you obtain from the solar farm or the wind farm. The solar farms and wind farms have to be accredited by the Australian federal government, and the carbon credits are issued by the Australian federal government. So there is no issues about their provenance or standing in the marketplace. Once you have offset your carbon footprint with those carbon credits that you are producing from your solar farm or wind farm, you are able to advertise the fact that your products and services are net zero. And that is now becoming the hallmark for businesses and companies worldwide. There is a growing demand from the marketplace, from customers, that products and services should be climate friendly, they should be sustainable and reach other standards such as avoiding slave labor and being fully ESG compliant, environmental, social and governance, ESG. And that is the benchmark that is used by large companies and is now being used by smaller companies and businesses.
For us as a small business, I know that our clients will have to achieve net zero status if they haven't already. And because of that, they actually need me to be net zero so that I don't add on to their carbon emissions and they don't have to offset on my behalf. So I know that the future of my business is very much dependent on becoming net zero as well. And it may even be an existential crisis. If you don't become net zero certified, you may not be able to operate in the future. Would you say that's correct?
Yes, there's a growing movement around the world, and for that to become the standard. In Europe, there is a lot more compulsion from governments for all companies and businesses to be net zero, and that is growing in other parts of the world, including Australia. It has already happened in Australia. There is categories of large companies that are required to become net zero, and they are now working towards reducing their emissions, but at the same time, the only way that they can offset their final or residual carbon footprint is to buy carbon credits from somebody else. So they are making a payment each month to buy carbon credits from a third party, which is the owner of that solar farm or wind farm.